So, on the last session, the group, having mostly prevented a murder at the dinner party, made it back to the capital of Sirius after dealing with some of the fallout of that. Talking with Victor having a good heart-to-heart with his mom. Lyric trying to do something with Regulus, but nothing seemed to get through to him. And Mountain Blood blowing off some steam as well. Made it back to town, greeted by their good old friend. I'm blanking on his name like a moron because I have two pulled up right now. Eax, that he had a couple jobs lined up for them. And now we join them back up, deciding what they want to do. As the lady that wanted them to find the missing cat walks away.
So can I say we're all in agreement in saying we're not going to go looking for a cat? I think that's well below our what we're supposed to be doing.
I think there's just more pressing matters at hand.
That too. If not, we can always have a. We can always have a. Why am I blanking on her name all of a sudden? It's one of the Ajax's daughters.
The one that helps you is Electra. One that's actually
Electra,
kind of...
that's it. Cause that seems more like up her alley. No,
Alley
pun
cat.
not intended.
Oh,
well, we can see if she can get that done in the meantime. She's kind of... You know her. She disappears on you and show up behind you at the least expecting moment.
I swear I need a time bell on her. I honestly need to catch her entire bell because I swear to God, gods. Eh. So how's things been here at the old fort, Yax? Since we've been away.
Been going good. I know Electra did actually just go off on another mission we got when you were gone, so she is actually not here at the moment. Maybe. I don't know.
She'll turn eventually. One thing I trust about sneaky people, they always pop up when you least expect them.
Indeed. So I heard the mission with your brother up in your old town didn't go 100% as planned.
Victor just pulls out a flask, takes a good swig, puts it down. Yeah, that's the best way to put that. But it prevented anybody else from dying. So mission accomplished? Maybe.
Well, as long as we still get paid, I'm not going to complain.
Cheers to that. And he just kind of takes another swig. Other than that, you said there was 2 other missions on the docket?
Yes, some
quests?
wild animal attacks near Polaris that were getting a little out of hand that the local area can't seem to get a deal on, or missing people near Sagittae that have been increasing in frequency.
As much as I'd like to head up north and get some contacts and groundwork right there, pretty sure the missing people will be a bit more pressing, considering it's getting worse.
be a way to get more people in favor of us doing things like that.
What was that Mount Blood? I didn't quite hear you.
Yeah.
Oh. I was just saying that's one way to get noticed more, especially amongst the people in the towns, in order to find people and get what's it called? Right, Popular
Yeah.
amongst the people.
Renowned.
There you go. That's the word. Can't think. Even with the fandom intellect.
Better reputation would be beneficial on all accounts. So sounds like he's going to call Larry. Like, Larry, what do you think? What do you want to take up next?
She's already walking out the door.
He's going already.
You know, I thought we had a course to at least act like a team. All
He's
right,
acting
looks like her
no,
mind's made up. I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing anything until I've had a full meal.
So I take it you're going to do the missing persons one.
Yes.
persons.
Yes, I will send word to Mistress Volna that you will be taking up her request as soon as possible.
Absolutely. She said it was in Sagittarius, correct?
It's a town near Sagittarius called Achernar or Achernar, I believe is how it's pronounced. I will pop that in chat log. It's a small farming, hunting, fishing village, settled along one of the major rivers near there. Kind of she described herself as like the village leader, kind of like the mayor. She will be your primary contact there. Her name is Volna Autumnleaf.
Sounds elvish.
Well, that does sound very elvish.
Not trying to judge, but that's what it sounds like to me.
Well, I don't know. Could be a surprise. Could be a halfling. Could be a.
Be a dwarf.
Okay, that'd be interesting.
Give me a history check, Victor.
Ooh,
big
this
money.
checked.
Big one.
That'd be an 18.
Nice.
18.
Okay, so yeah, you do remember in some of your other missions that you came across going through the Sagittarius area, that area is mostly elves and humans. You do see some other races there on occasion, but they are very uncommon. So that name you can probably consider as at least half-elf in some capacity. If not full-on full elf of some kind.
Yeah. And it's just so you say this is a agricultural community, like farmers, foresters, that sort of thing.
Pretty much,
Mhm.
yeah. Never made our way through there back in the old company, so I couldn't say for certain.
Like, we just is taking down some notes just so he knows what he's walking into. Um, hmm. And how far? And when you say it's a day or two's walk, or just like
It'd be a
what are
couple
travel times
days
again?
trek. Not quite in Sagittarius proper, but it'd be in about another day from there, I'd say. On foot.
All right. And what's the pay look like?
They're offering 4,000 gold for it.
Honestly, it shouldn't be. If we can crack this case open, it shouldn't be too. That shouldn't be too hard for us. Let's see. Other than that, yeah, since we just got back, I'm gonna take the day. Take the rest of the day the prepping before we head out again.
Yeah, I can't remember what I said what time you made it back. I'd say it's not be a good time to leave tonight.
Yeah. Besides, want to check everything at the Seven Sisters. See how things are going over there. We
Well,
have
it
been
has been
waiting
a
for.
while.
Yeah. Okay, Victor wants to let's get a little drunk, just a little bit before going on our mission.
Okay. Lyric, did you say you left?
Yeah, she's going to the rat's den.
Rat's Den? Okay. So we'll hop over to Lyric first then. This for now. Okay, so yeah, you arrive at the Rat's Den. You see the same kind of old, middle-aged bartender that you've been dealing with before, working there.
She'll kind of give him a wave, and she'll head right to her tutor for Thieves' Cant.
Evening, young miss. What can I do for you tonight?
No, I'm not gonna remember. God, what was his name? It was a Tabaxi, if I remember correctly, right?
Oh crap! Did I write this down?
Jinx, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I knew I wrote that one down.
It was the guy off in Altair.
Oh yeah. So in that case, no.
Oh, that's right.
I thought I said this guy was actually doing the teaching.
I think you might be right. So yeah, she just kind of leans in. Well, maybe here for another lesson.
Very well, very well. So, kind of waves to the that one lady you'd seen in here before, the other waitress. Watch the bar for me. Kind of gives the kind of like the little two-fingered waves. He kind of, well, let's go in the back and get started then, shall we?
Sure.
Good.
Okay, give me an intelligence check.
Intelligence check. Great. That's a natural 1. Put that die away.
Yeah, this is not clicking with you good today. Like, little subtext that about doing this means when you put the words here and that, because this is a really kind of complicated thing here. It's just not clicking with you today.
She kind of looks at the bartender. Can you teach me in a different way?
Ugh.
Sorry, it's been a while. I've been on the road and... Yeah.
Okay, let's try this. Give me another intelligence check with disadvantage. He tries to kind of show you speak in a different way that maybe you understand better.
Okay, that's better. That is a 16.
You're lucky he rolled good on his intelligence check. But yeah, he kind of swaps up the way he does it, like doing a little bit more basic things like how much is this? Where do you do this? Stuff like that. So they're getting a little hang of it. So over the next couple hours, you just get a little bit on more knowledgeable on it, but you're still not fluent in it. You could probably get by picking up some minor subtext and stuff like that, but you're not going to be able to hold good conversations at this.
All right.
Yeah. You keep up with that for a few more hours tonight, but Skull Smasher, what do you want to do then?
Yeah, just because we're just sitting at Seven Sisters right now.
You're both gonna go there?
Yep.
Yeah. Wait it out and enjoy ourselves.
Sure. Ooh.
I guess Seven Sisters.
Yeah, you come in there, you see Atlas as typical behind the bar, working on some stuff back in the kitchen. You see Maya and Caliano kind of sitting on one of the desks. Looks like they're studying some stuff right now, because they're kind of students. Looks like they're studying up on their stuff. Kind of dead in here right now. You don't see any other patrons in here at the moment.
Oh, well, that's a shame. Anywho, well, Victor will go up to the bar and try and look for Atlas.
If it isn't some of my best customers, back again from your recent excursion up to your father's neck of the woods, then, eh?
Absolutely.
Oh man,
And
I heard you guys went through some crap up there. Shame about that Waggletop family. I'd just put in an order for some of their wine too.
yeah, it's like he's trying to remember that was the better stuff or the worse stuff. Anyway, yeah.
That was their new stuff. I know I've dealt with their wine master that they just hired before, so he made sure to get me some of the good stuff.
Oh, well, that's good. Money well spent in that case. But yeah, do you have anything good and stuff for a couple of weary travelers?
Well,
It's
I
been a long week.
got some meat I've been smoking for the last few hours that should just be ready to go.
Say yes, please. And I'll just put down a couple gold coins.
As he slaps down like a giant piece of brisket, just like completely black charred on the outside. And you see him takes a knife and just starts cutting into it. You just see juices oozing out of the stuff. Kind of goes in, says, yeah, Elchione helped me pick out some of the meats for this. Got a nice cherry wood. She found one of those trees down out in the forest near town that we lugged back and chopped up to make the smoker meat, smoke wood for this.
Ooh. So,
And he's
We're
got
just gonna
some nice buttermilk biscuits to go with it.
we're just gonna take a nice small slice just to Sam.
Same.
And like I say, he's not like before he goes to the biscuits. He wants to get a good taste of the flavor and texture.
Yeah,
Before
it's
he
got that
shish
nice,
compliments.
good crunch on the outside, but as you bite into like the more inner parts, you just feel like the fat just seep all over your teeth and all over your tongue and stuff. As it just like falls apart in your mouth.
Ever.
Yeah, that's why I come. That's why I come here. Compliments to you and your daughters.
Heck yeah.
As he kind of puts down, he's got some honey and butter as well. Now this is some got some hives that we keep that some of the flowers Alcyone grows that the bees made this honey from. It should be good honey for the biscuits.
Excellent. As Victor's digging in, he'll also ask Atlas. So what's been happening around town since we've been away? Anything new up and happening in the capital?
Not much. I know Varys and Ren kind of checked out. I'm not sure where they went off to, but they haven't seen them for a while. And then I know, yeah, not much I've heard recently. It's been kind of dead recently. I'm not sure what's going on.
So, well, none is good news. Things could be a lot worse given all the random happenings. Hmm.
You hear Caliano kind of perk up. Well, some weird stuff's been going on at the temple recently, but I'm not sure what that's about.
Weird how?
What did happen? I know what happened the day I wasn't there. Let me think on that. Write down this name is the other problem. I don't know, what was it? The head priestess, Ramiel, noticed something weird was going on with one of the shrines to which god was it again? I think it was Incendium?
Yeah, we'll stop eating. Stop chewing for a second and turn around. Just, he's now incredibly interested. Again, weird. Insidium. Weird. What?
It was a couple of weeks ago. I think when you were off in, remember right, you guys were off in Altair when it happened. Like I said, I wasn't there. I don't know the full details on it, but his shrine started acting weird.
Oh, huh. Like just what? Started lighting up, statues moving, something.
I think some of the
Ominous?
offerings on it like caught fire, like it heated up.
Oh. Huh. That is weird. And Victor would just go back to eating, like, not trying to think too hard about what might have caused that.
Give me a
You know,
perception check.
Like he's already piecing. He's already piecing his head. It probably has something to do with that visit and Sidian paid to him. At least from his perspective.
You can give me one too, Mountain Blood.
Modified 20.
Mountain Blood, you there?
Yep. I just made some clicked on something accidentally and made the screen disappear. Let's see.
Give me a perception check.
17.
Yeah, you don't notice it, Skull Smasher, but Mountain Blood, Victor, you notice when you kind of offhand that, you notice that Atlas is kind of look at you kind of like a, why do I have a feeling you know something about this kind of look?
We can make a deception check to hide that he may have pieced something together.
Okay.
Not my best shot, not my worst. 6.
He kind of
So
shrugs
very-
his shoulders and whatever. I gotta go back and check on the next rack of meat that I've been smoking. Enjoy the food.
Will do.
As you do notice, seem to now when he says that, you can kind of smell the smoke coming from back in the kitchen now.
Mm. So since we got a date. Since Figure returned to Mount Blood. So since we got a day before at least an evening before we head out. I'm thinking about heading over to the a set of armor requested. How about you? You got any plans for the evening? Maybe for the day?
Okay.
Yeah.
It's on what it is.
Yeah, it's just more out of small talk curiosity. Yeah, say, do you have any plans for the evening so I know where to expect you?
I mean, it has been a while since I hit up, the gentleman's club. Help you a little bit. So
Yeah. They'll just kind of lean over and just take a swig. Like, I'm not in the mood.
no worries.
I've got a lot on my plate to worry about.
Just stroll through the town and see what's up.
Well, you have fun, big guy.
Hope that armor turns out.
Yeah. I say we'll know until you get a request in. So we should probably I should probably have it done by the time we get back from this outing. So if either we'll finish up
As you're finishing, you kind of feel a tap on your shoulder.
either we'll turn around.
You see Caliano kind of behind you.
That's the youngest, right?
No, that's El Keone. This is one of the second triplets.
Huh.
Cross block.
So Victor will look over inquisitively, but he doesn't say anything.
So you kind of seem like you might know something about what was going on with the Syndium there, because I know he's kind of associated with tieflings.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's just say he paid me a visit when I was when we were out in the desert.
Paid you a You talk to a god?
Well, I've talked to his daughter, so it's bound to happen.
He has a daughter?
Yeah. I thought it was common knowledge.
Well, she doesn't know.
I
might have to.
So yeah, the God of Fire has a daughter, and
Huh.
apparently they're not exactly on eye-to-eye terms.
Interesting. Huh. Man, I wish I would be so lucky to be able to talk to a god.
Yeah, it's not. It's not all cracked out to be. Just taking their swig.
Still pretty cool though.
What was he like?
Godlike.
Imposing.
Posing.
Very
So, did you see his actual form? Was he talking through a host, or was like in your mind? What happened?
It was more of a through a host.
Host. What was that like?
As I said, very imposing, very how should I put this? Intense. Thing I wouldn't expect otherwise from a God of Fire. Let's just say we discuss some things and well, his daughter doesn't have anything. It's none of my business.
As you're doing that, you see Maya kind of walk up. Okay, Caliona, I know. Gotta get back to our study, and these people don't want to hear your inane babble about your obsession with gods. And you know, if I don't care if it's anyone but Arcana. So back over here we go.
It's okay. It's okay.
From what you could tell, that was interrupting her study session, and she didn't want to have to deal with that anymore. As she's getting pulled away here, go. When you get the chance, go talk to Ramiel about this. She'd be interested to hear it too.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure she will be. I think I might do that. That's all their point. So,
Okay. Anything else you guys want to do tonight then?
well, Vinny said he was going to finish up his meal. Then he's going to drop an order off at the local blacksmith. Then he's going to turn in.
Okay. I don't know. You said you were going to the gentleman's club, right? Skull Smasher.
Yep. Just
Okay. Give me
for fun.
a performance check.
Alright. Let's see. Gotta pull up a sheet. Should be a good one. Should be a good one. 17s across the board.
Okay.
Oh no, I died.
No, don't worry about it.
No.
Okay, so yeah, you have a good old time at the club. You are now 20 gold short, but from the night, but you have a good time, and we'll leave it at that.
Some
Okay, so
wrong with
Lyric, you're still learning with the one guy. Give me one more intelligence check.
That is a 21.
Yeah, over the course of the remaining stuff you do the night before you head back to your kind of dorm bunk, whatever you want to call it, you get a good more chunk of it, and you're know a few more words and phrases so you can get by a little bit better, but still, like I said, nowhere near fluent, but you could easily pick up on someone speaking thieves' cant in the room now. Victor, you arrive at the you said you were going to the armor shop, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like they're just about to start closing up for the night.
Victor would nod politely before heading in.
You see the old dwarven owner Fruven, kind of hammering away at something. Ah, evening to you, good sir. What brings you into tonight?
Good evening. So, well, I need to put an order in for a new set of plate mail. Figure I'm gonna be out of town for a bit, so so there's no particular rush on this.
Ah, good, because I'd hate to get one done tonight. It might be a little tough. I'm about to lock up for the night.
No, no worries. Like I said, there's no rush on this. I just need something that's I'm gonna have plan on getting enchanted.
Ah, so what kind of metal were you looking to have it made out of?
Like above board, he's just looking for a +1 or +2 armor, just something that's sturdy. Like I have no idea how I would relate like standard steel. But I don't know how I'm gonna relate like just something stronger. If
Okay
that
then.
helps.
So yeah, I think I can get to work on that. Might take me a couple of weeks to do a full one from scratch, if that's what you prefer. Or do you, he kind of points out he's got a couple half-finished ones. These aren't completely claimed yet, but I could probably make a better one if you wait the couple weeks to do it from scratch.
I can wait a couple. I can honestly wait a couple weeks. Maybe we'll put a down payment of like 350, just to kind of just to pay because he's gonna take the rest out of the payment from this job and the last job they did. But this is just from his own personal supply, just to let him know he's serious. He's not just you know. Uh, he's not just. It's just not all talk.
Okay.
So when it's done, just drop by the Canius Fortunea company company quarters over here over in I'm assuming that's Old Town, wasn't it?
Right, what was that you cut out?
Sorry, Canius Fortuna's actual mercenary shop is Mercy HQ is over in which part of town? It's been a
Where
while.
did I say that was again? I should have it on the map here.
I know it's in the southern part.
Yeah, it's actually not too far from where you are. It's in the southern
Yeah.
part.
Yeah.
So,
So
right there, and it's right there, and you're right here.
yeah. Yep. This is it. So he gives him location like the address of where he needs to drop off at when it's ready.
Ah, very well. I'll get started on that tomorrow if you don't mind. But I will get a invoice up to your man there, and we'll work out the details from there.
Yeah. No problem. Again, just the only little details just wants is just kind of same form as the armor he has now, black steel, a black and steel with the crown skull engravings, and that's about it
With
for
what kind of
as far as
engravings?
customizing go.
What kind of engravings?
The crown skull, the ones he has on his artwork. It's his personal sigil. He's not dropping that off. It's branding, my friend, branding.
I got that written down, so I don't forget.
Yeah. Other than that, he'll open the door for the day and head back to the company chapter house and just go get a night's rest. So wait a minute, don't I have a house? I have a house. I should just go
Yeah.
home. So yeah, never mind. Victor would just drop a note off of EX. Say, hey, he's expecting an armor to be dropped off for him. Is has the remaining pay taken out of basically whatever earnings he got from the last job. Then he'll head home.
Okay, so yeah, we're gonna jump to the next day then. You all
Yep.
arrive back at back here. As you kind of see EX kind of stretching. Well, heading off then, Captain.
Absolutely. And just kind of, after walking by, just kind of stretching and kind of get in, as well as gathering his gear. Like, pretty much, we've dawdled long enough. So it was nice to be back in the. It's nice to be back at Capital for a bit, relax a little bit. Otherwise, Rachel will gather our rations for the day's trek out to for Sagittarius.
Everyone roll a perception check.
Perception, you say? 12.
19.
Or-
What you doing? Victor and Mountain Blood, you are both startled.
Ah,
Ah! Jesus. That's
sit
nice.
down.
Sheesh, Electric, if you did not do that.
You gotta stop shocking us like that.
Oh,
Where's the fun in that?
that's fair. Doesn't mean I have to like it.
Lyric, you saw her sneaking up to them. You said nothing as it was happening.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Like lyric.
So you guys already heading off then, huh?
Yeah, apparently there's some missing persons over out there Sagittarius. We need to take care of. Little town called What
Missing
was it?
people, I heard, correct?
Yep, Achernar. Yep.
Hmm.
We're lucky. If we're lucky, it's just. If we're lucky, it's nothing too crazy. If not, well, you're the right people for the job.
Yeah.
He kind of runs up to EX. So I heard there's a thing about a missing cat. Yes, I was just about to tell the lady that we took a different mission, but I guess I can say you can go do it if you want. Awesome. Gotta go find me some kitties.
Have fun, Electra.
Oh, I will. And she kind of just gets off.
That works out.
Because
That
EX
works
goes,
out
okay,
good.
now that you're gonna need to go, you already left. Great.
Yeah, she does that. I swear, if you blink, she's there. You blink again, she's gone.
She actually
Anywho.
rolled really bad on that stealth check, too.
One of these days. One of these days, I'll be able to catch her or sneak up on us.
Yeah.
Anywho, so Victor was done. We'll don back his helmet and all the rest of the equipment and just make for the door.
Any stuff you want to do to prepare before you head out? Any supplies besides just the basic food?
Hmm.
I'm good.
Pick up any additional potions, healing potions, anything like that?
One second, I'm actually just checking Victor's inventory. Let's see, he's gonna have at least about 2 weeks. Of rations and.
I mean,
as far as
food
healing
probably won't be an
potions
issue,
go.
but anything besides food is going to probably be hard to come by in this town.
Do I actually have healing potions on hand?
I should be good.
Yeah, healing potions might, given all the what we've been through previously, a few healing potions would be a good call. We've got 2. Yeah, probably a couple spare just in case.
Get hurt.
Anything in the company supplies, or would you have to go pay that out of pocket?
I'd say you can do either.
Yeah, Victor will grab a couple more from company supplies because given how much fighting they've been doing as of late and how hard hitting they've been, it probably would help.
I'd say the company itself right now just has 3 common, basic potions of healing, and 1 greater potion of healing you can take.
I'll just take 2 of the minor ones. That's it. Here, this is just so that way Larry doesn't have to worry about doing all the healing.
I'd say if you wanted to, you could probably find a couple if you went to the bazaar in town.
Yeah.
Or get some out of pocket.
Yeah, Victor also just dumped off almost half his gold, and just for new armor, so that's down payment. Trying to hold on to the rest of it just in case. In case we need to go loosen a few lips.
You guys gonna head out then?
Yep. Not unless anybody else
go.
wants to unless anybody else has anything else they want to do before we head out.
Let's do this.
Right.
So basically, you know that for now you just gotta head due east, for about a day, and then about halfway through the next day, there's a little path to the south you want to take to get to the city you need to go to.
Yep.
Any particular marching order you want to do on the way there?
Victor will probably take up the rear and let Mount Blood take up the front.
Makes sense to
Definite.
me.
Yeah.
Everyone,
We'll
give
see.
me a perception check.
No problem.
Perception. Whammy.
8.
10.
Victor, you happen to see, getting near the end of the day, what looks like a wolf kind of hiding in the shadows of some of the trees. Because it's starting to get a little more tree filled in the area you're going. Looking like to pounce at you.
Victor will
The single
ready in
wolf.
action to cast a firebolt. Just to kind of just he's gonna cast a firebolt, just kind of scare it off.
Like you're just aiming to hit nearby it, right?
Yeah.
Roll to hit.
That's 10.
Yeah, that bush
Possible.
that looked really intimidating next to it kind of sparks up, and the wolf kind of and kind of runs away.
What was that?
Looks like it was a wolf, probably a scout for a beer pack. Just, I didn't feel like a good warning shot to kind of scare it off.
We'll be back and in greater numbers, I'm sure.
Possibly, but given all any actions of wild animals, I'm pretty sure most animals don't want to take on something they can defend themselves readily well.
Yeah. Not by themselves.
Besides, no need for violence at this juncture.
Oh.
Oh, don't worry. We'll find something to fight Bound Blood. Us in trouble seems to go hand in hand.
So, near the end of the day, it's getting close to the point where you probably should be setting up camp for the night. Everyone give me another perception check.
Hey, 18.
Hey, 8.
That's a 19.
Yeah, Victor, you don't see anything, but both Skull Smasher and Lyric, you notice off to the side you see a little campfire kind of going up.
I'll see that there.
Looks a little off the beaten path, but pretty much should be able to get to without any issues.
There might be another encampment not far from here. As I pointed out.
What was that Mountain Blood you kind of cut out there?
I said, looks like there's an encampment not too far from here, and as I kind of pointed out to Victor and them.
Hmm.
Maybe we're
Is
being
it-
followed.
If it's ahead of us, that wouldn't be following.
Yeah, it's ahead of you. It's like on the path you're going.
Anybody feel like scouting it out? I'm not exactly built for that.
Blood just kind of smiles a little bit. It's like, I could. Kind of gripping the axe just a little bit.
I would
Well,
say
don't-
Lyric is a city slicker, so
In that case, Victor will summon his familiar. Say, take Nara with you, just in case if you run into trouble, I'll know. And we'll come running. Otherwise, don't start anything unless it's worth starting.
No promises. As Mountain Blood continues, goes on to go check it out.
Are you like sneaking up to the campfire?
Yeah.
Okay, roll
Got
for
her out.
stealth.
Uh, 10.
Okay. As you get closer to it, you see. Give me a perception check again now that you're focusing more on this campfire. Okay, so coming up to it, you see what looks like a covered wagon kind of parked next to the side of the road. You see kind of a horse that's kind of tied up to a tree nearby, kind of dislodged from the carriage, so it's not pulling it anymore. And you see kind of a rather well-dressed looking man and one other gentleman sitting by a campfire. Looks in some kind of more light leatherish armor, nothing super heavy, easy to move in kind of armor. As you see one of the guard-looking guy kind of look around, kind of put his hand quiet. Who goes there?
I just stop and hide.
Okay, give me another stealth check with disadvantage.
19.
Was Gnarl going with?
Oh, was it?
Did you take a Gnarl with you?
Yes. I thought, well,
Okay.
She should have.
Roll
Did
for
you,
his
Malvo?
stealth as well, but he can have advantage because he hasn't been spotted yet, potentially.
I'm just a little bit bigger.
1 second. Please, stealth. 18.
As you see that one hired muscle-looking guy kind of look around. See him kind of walk by you, Mountain Blood, but he doesn't notice you. And then he walks back to the other little well-dressed looking guy. Must have been an animal. Probably scared it off. He kind of sits back down and takes out a piece of like dried bread out of his pouch and starts eating it. So, should get to the capital tomorrow, I'd say then. Right, just had this guy's name. Right, Ennius, as he kind of talks to the big-looking guy, or the nice-dressed guy. Yeah, hopefully I can finally sell some of this crap. Been able to get rid of it to anybody. Yeah, at least haven't had to deal with any bandits today for the last couple of days. That's been good.
Is this a main road we're kind of walking on?
Oh yeah, you're on a main road. This is like a few feet off of it.
So it would be obvious as we're walking by, right?
If you guys didn't try to hide you, they'd probably see you.
Yeah, Lyric's not trying to hide. She's just walking down the road.
And Victor will be strong behind her. Like, she'll be keeping track of what his familiars talking about and be really into Lyric.
Okay, as you see the one guy going, "Hey,
oh, Mr. Bodyguard.
How you guys doing?" Kind of waves to you.
She'll wave back. Hi.
You guys looking for place to camp for the night?
She'll look at she will look at Victor.
Vito just kind of shrug like, might as well. It's getting dark.
And approach.
As the one kind of nicer looking gentleman. Evening, gentleman and lady. I am Ennius, a traveling merchant. It is an honor to meet you.
Good
Pleasure.
To meet you.
As he kind of does like a little bow. It's always nice to have more people at camp the night. Helps tell stories, makes the night go better, and always safer in numbers and all that. I know my bodyguards can be a little intimidating, but they're... I don't know, looking at you, Victor, I'd say you could probably handle yourself, it looks like.
Or just give a sly smile, like, yeah, I can say that. So, what brings you out these parts?
Well, I've been traveling, trying to sell some of the stock of wares and, all that, traveling merchant and all that, so. Is there anything you need for your trip? I assume you're heading to Sagittae based on the direction you're heading.
Indeed. Have you heard any? Well, first off, have you heard any news out by that part?
Been hearing tales of people disappearing near a town not too far from there. We avoided that town because of that very reason. But I'd say it's about another day's travel from here or so.
Was Larry about to say something?
She was just kind of just looking over his goods if they wouldn't mind.
Yeah, if you want to, yeah, it's, my guard here will watch you as you look it over, as he kind of stands up. Very well, sir. As you see another guard kind of walk out behind the kind of covered wagon. We got some company, I see. As you notice that both the guards look identical.
I'd say they're both human guards.
Yeah, albeit this one's in heavy armor compared to the other one that's in more light armor.
Just don't.
Give me an intelligence check, everyone that can see both these guards. And when you're at it, Mountain Blood, what are you up to now that you see Victor and Lyric talk to these people?
I just act like I just pop up from or move out of the hiding spot that I was at. And like, hey, I think I missed that bug that I was trying to track.
Oh wait, I got that 20, so 24.
Yeah, these two guards are obviously twins.
Yeah, I was just saying I rolled a 15, so...
Yeah, it wasn't a low check, but I just wanted to have you do it.
Simply lost track of the little bug that I was trying to get. Bye.
Ah, hey,
Oh.
Malblood.
You have another companion? The Canius kind of perks up.
Yep, that's yeah, he's with us. So yeah, we're basically all speaking of the missing persons. We're actually contracted to head out there and try and see if we get that whole situation resolved.
Ah. Well, hopefully you can get something done with that, so. Don't see many of your kind. It's kind of shakes the hands. Good to meet you. I wish you luck on your adventures over there.
It's to Malblood, to Victor.
To Victor.
I guess I'd say you don't get to see many tieflings this far out. So
No, you do not indeed.
understandable, but thank you for the well wishes. You know, over here I'll cruise everywhere, see if there's anything you'd like to pick up on our travels. Like for our travels.
Okay, Lyrica, you're looking through the stuff. Give me an investigation check.
Investigation check. That's 22.
22. Okay, so yeah, looking through his stuff, you see a lot of, basic, everyday stuff, some pots and pans, lots of preserved foods. You do see a lot of bottles of some kind of liquid in them. You can't quite tell what it is by looking through them. But you happen to come across a couple of magic scrolls.
Magic scrolls. Hey, buddy.
Yes? Yes, miss?
You've got some scrolls here.
Yes, I do. Are you interested in them?
Possibly.
Yes, they'd, let me check what they'd be. Now, they're only level 1 spells in there, so they're not too bad, but there is a couple of Cure Wounds there. And then a couple of Dancing Lights.
Should kind of look over toward Victor. And be like, you might be interested in these, Victor.
I'll pop over and take a look. But said these were what kind of scrolls again?
A couple of Cure Wounds and a couple of Dancing Lights.
See, I'm trying to remember what Dancing Lights does.
Literally gives
definitely.
you light that you can fling forward.
Like a magical torch.
So probably the Cure Wounds would be more appropriate. The Dancing Lights, I think I think all but one of us is dark vision.
Yeah, I can sell you those for 50 gold apiece.
Later we'll try and hackle it down to at least about 30 gold.
Okay, give me a persuasion check.
15.
Sorry, best I can do is 50 on those right now. But I'll throw in some of the... I got a few bottles of lye sitting in there. I'll throw those in free if you want to take 3 or 4 of those with it.
What was the bottles of?
Lye.
Bottles of lye. Well, I feel like I should know what that is. I'm just...
A harsh cleaning chemical.
Oh.
Isn't that
Yes.
used for soap?
Yep.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh. Okay, yeah. In that case...
Although in this form, you'd use it for, like, really cleaning stuff off.
Yeah. You're
Not
still
sure.
the keeper.
Not sure how much use we get out of bottles of lye. Hey, as for
Lyric, you can assume he's like probably 50 bottles of that sitting in the back of his wagon.
Nah, I think the just two potions of cure wounds will probably just do. Sad to
Never
say.
gonna get rid of this stuff. You sure you don't want to take them? You never know when they might come in useful.
Might be important later on in the mission.
All right, we'll take 3 bottles to go with it.
Got enough to cover it, Victor?
Yeah, one bottle for each of us, just in case it comes up.
Well, that's 3 levels I have to don't worry about. Yes.
Besides, if things turn bloody, it will help with cutting down having to clean his armor from all the gristle. That's
Yeah, it probably would make a good cleaning agent
thing.
for your armor if it gets bloodstained.
Yeah, and given our profession, then yeah, that's gonna come up fairly often. So we'll add the potions of cure of
Not potions, spell scrolls of cure wounds.
Now, question: the spell scrolls of cure wounds, those work with anybody who can read them, correct? Or is it
Yep.
just
So it'd be 1d8 plus your spellcasting modifier if you have it for healing.
okay? So he's trying to figure out, like, he's gonna hand one to Lyric just kind of as an emergency, and hold on to the other one as for an emergency.
All right, so 1 scroll of healing or cure wounds.
Yep, just basic cure wounds.
She'll hand that right over to Mountain Blood.
Ooh, scroll.
Nice. That works too.
She'll look at Victor. Those are better for self-administration than they are for someone else.
I see him more as an emergency patch up in case the. Well, there's a saying in my profession: geek the mage first, or geek the healer. So this kind of covers that particular contingency.
And she'll kind of do like the sassy Bulma finger point to you. That's why your job is to protect me.
Fair enough. Vidya will put a spell scroll of cure wounds in his bag of holding, and then we'll go to Mountain Blood.
Can someone help me copy it into my book?
Cure wounds, I don't think is a wizard spell.
For scrolls, I don't think it matters. As long as you have some sort of spellcasting ability, you can use a scroll.
Yeah, it's mostly for him to record it into his spell books and cast it whenever he wants to.
Oh, no, yeah. Cure Wounds is
no.
not a wizard spell. So, you wouldn't be able to copy that.
I'll just hold on to it. Stupid wizard.
Check some. Yeah, there is Dancing Lights. Oh, the Dancing Lights a cantrip. So I thought it was a first level spell. I misread it. Oh well. Anyway, so basically, I just say through the night, you guys kind of exchange stories with him and the guards. Nothing else happens during the night. But in the morning, you kind of part ways. Hope I see you, fine gentlemen again. And late. Gentleman and lady again. Oh, I just inhaled a batch of dry air.
Oof. Yeah, Victor will wish them luck in sending all those bottles of lye in the capital. Get this game off his hands.
You know any place that might take him?
That's good. That is a good question. Would Victor know any place that would have use for that much amount of soap?
Give me an intelligence check.
$19.
The Seven Sisters could always use them to clean their hotel and stuff.
As well as all their pots and pans. Like,
yep.
Oh yeah.
So Victor will mention like, hit up Seven Sisters if you get a chance. You know, they always could use some more cleaning supplies.
Yes, I think I've heard of that inn before. Maybe I'll use that as the place I stay this week when I'm there for this week. Pick up some more supplies and all that. Well, safe travels to you.
You as well. Happy trail.
Okay, everyone, for the next day, give me another perception check.
With the 2. 22.
That's a nat 20. Okay.
That's a 14 for
10.
Victor.
10.
Now I do one for Gnarl, who would I think have advantage if it's based on hearing your spell. And that's 18 for my familiar.
Okay, so over the course of the day, no one really seems to notice anything except Mountain Blood. You notice when you get closer to this section of the forest, it seems to some weird presence kind of lingers in the air that you can't quite explain. Like you're being pulled into some other realm entirely. But not fully, but like if you kept going in this like more north, something like that would happen. And you seem to catch out of the glimpse of your eye something flying through the air. It's like some small creature with like wings on its back that looks kind of like familiar Gorin used to have. But it disappears from your sight. You could have sworn it had boots on, but you can't say for certain. But what you think you maybe just saw was a fairy.
Anyone else see that?
No, cannot say I did. I saw anything. You might be imagining things, good buddy.
Oh, could have swore I saw something. Past me. I think it flew. Did it fly?
Gotta believe him.
I didn't know any better because I swore it was a fairy.
Saw it with his own two eyes. Anyway, nothing happens as it gets. No one got my joke. I think there, did they?
Nope.
No, I got it.
Oh, I figured you would.
I'm just no selling it. That's all.
But yeah, as the sun's starting to set, as you about 2/3, or about 2/3 of the day, you come across the sign that says "This way to fork in the road," or "This way to Achernar." That you decide you head down that path. As you're kind of getting close to as you come across the city limits as dusk is set and it's in the twilight hours. Starting to hear like the nighttime forest creatures, the crickets, owls starting to come out. Stuff like that, so. But you arrive safely in the town.
That's good. So
You see a few people kind of wandering around. You see kind of like this giant river that kind of runs through the center of the city. Kind of a little bit further upstream from the river, you can kind of look like a clearing in the kind of the wooded area you're in. That might be like the headwaters for the river, or like a bigger lake on said river. But you can kind of smell fish, kind of smell lingers in the air. You do see kind of a field, kind of more south of town, or another clearing where they have some wheat and other vegetables growing in there. See a few animals here and there that they kind of keep for like maybe a couple cows for milk, some goats, some sheep. Basic stuff, but yeah, pretty small town. Everyone give me a perception check.
Got a thing.
13.
That's a 9.
Modified 20. Right, sir.
Yep. Mountain Blood, you can tell people in this town are kind of, they're looking a little anxious. Victor here, one of them kind of walking around, oh great, more people that are going to go missing. They kind of walk by you.
That's concerning.
Just go, hello.
You do see kind of some more, like town militia, kind of in a real basic kind of leather breastplate with a pretty basic like lance walking around. Evening, gentlemen. What brings you into town today?
Dirk just looks around, just shrugs his shoulders. I guess I'm a dude now.
Oh,
We'll
I get-
go
and
with a lady
ma'am, I
here.
should say. He rolled crap on his perception for that, I guess. Yeah. What brings you to town today, travelers?
We're looking to speak to a just pull up note for a sec. Valna Autumnleaf.
Oh,
She has-
yes. You were the mercenary she sent for. Good. Yes, follow me. Her house is this way.
And Victor will follow.
As you kind of go through, you do see kind of like there's a few stalls in there, like some fishmongers kind of closing up shop for the day. They're sold out of all their stuff for the day. A few other kind of farms and gatherers kind of closing up shop for the day. See a few like rabbits hunted that were hanging up to be sold, but town's winding down for the day. Come across this nicer looking house that's got basically part of it has a tree kind of growing out of it. The house was kind of built around the tree. Ah, yes, this is Miss Falna's house. She has been expecting you. I have to get back to duty, so I'll be on my way then.
Thank you kindly.
Yeah, you can see a couple, kind of a big front door there.
So Victor will go in. Is there like a knocker, or it's just?
It's got a big
just a regular
knocker.
door.
Yes.
So Victor will just knock on the door, politely.
You hear kind of a faint, "Come in." As you about a minute later, you see an old looking elf lady. Like clearly, this is an old elf lady. You don't see that very often, but yes. Can I help you?
And you must be, hey, Miss Valna Autumnleaf.
Yes, I am. And who might
we're the
you?
mercenaries.
What?
Sorry, I was saying we're the mercenaries you sent for.
Oh, good. Yes, come in. I just put some tea on you. I will get you a cup while I explain what needs to happen. Come in. As you kind of go into this lady's house, you see a bunch of paintings on the wall that look like a bunch of other elves. Everyone, give me a intelligence check here.
That's
16.
10.
That's 11.
Mountain Blood, you notice one of the newest looking ones. You see, and as you could look at this lady, she had kind of really gray hair, but you could tell kind of like the colors. It was probably blonde when it had color. You see another elf lady that looks very similar to painted on the wall with another gentleman that looks like much younger. So it's probably, you can assume that's her and her husband when they were younger that was put up on this wall. But you see everyone else sees kind of like a wall going back that's different elves kind of painted on the walls, or paintings on the walls, kind of like probably like the heads of household throughout the year.
Look at it. I politely ask, was this you?
Oh, yes, that's me and my husband when we were much younger, long time ago. Rest his soul.
What a loving couple.
What was that?
I said, what a lovely couple.
Yes. Well, my son does look a lot like him, so he's kind of still here in a way. Anyway, so off to my parlor. The tea's in there. Come.
And
As she kind of trots off, you notice she does have a walking cane that she's kind of walking pretty slow with, kind of like that hunched back, hunched forward, kind of really old person walk.
mm-hmm.
Does everyone follow her?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, you kind of sit in this one room. You can see a bunch of different chairs near a few tables. Looks like they got some crocheting, like a basket's got a bunch of like crocheting supplies in it. Looks like she'd been working on before you knocked on the door. Yes, come in, have a seat. There's plenty of seats in here. Looking through this room, you can see there's like the tree that you could see growing out of the house is kind of in this room. It's kind of, roots kind of go through the floor in a way. Pretty big looking, good thick oak tree. Everyone give me a perception check here.
21.
Man, you're rolling good tonight.
I know.
That's 15.
19.
Yeah, looking at where this tree is in the room, you can see looks like the house was kind of built around it, or parts of it were taken down to allow the tree to grow in here properly. Like this tree probably outdates the house, honestly.
So it doesn't look like the tree's been naturally modified in a way? Like it was...
What you rolled, yeah, you can probably tell this tree's may have been given a little extra oomph of growth from magic in some way, but yes. But the house was kind of accommodated around the tree.
Yep.
So, you're the Canius Fortunea that I have sent for, correct?
Correct.
Ah, well, yes, it's I know this town's always had a rash of disappearances throughout its entire time it's been around, since near the about 800 years or so ago when it was founded. About by my great grandparents, but they've been kicking up in frequency recently, bothering me, and told the town yes, but my grandson has even gone missing this time.
Hmm.
And son.
And how long ago have they gone missing? Like, when did it start? Like, they start kicking up in frequency.
The last couple months or so.
Let's see.
Anything recent happen that would have, any events that would have happened that could have caused a increase in this?
Well, we did have that incident with the Feywild not too long ago, but some people from the military in Sagatay, some Catman has been dealing with them. A couple other people seem to slowed that down a bit at least. Mountain Blood. Victor, give me an intelligence check.
Intelligence.
One moment.
Damn, 7. Plain dumb.
Intelligence. 15.
Yeah, Catman in the military. Why does that sound familiar? Was that maybe Eric?
They're just saying, it's like, good. Well, good thing he's still kicking around.
Why does that sound like one of our people?
Yeah, apparently he was some big hero in the attack on the Sirius the few months back, so glad he's coming here to help us common folk out here. Anyway, my grandson Zaw went missing, what was it, about 2 days ago? He wanted to put a stop to the disappearance as well, so he went out into the forest and hasn't come back yet, and I'm not sure what happened to him. As she's pouring you all some tea as explaining this to you.
You said there was the Feywild was nearby?
What was that?
And you mentioned something about the Feywild as the local forest.
Yes, this area's that's where the elves kind of originated from on this continent, and so it's got the biggest connection to the Feywild in the whole continent, so tends to be a few more portals around here, but as far as I know, they're more north of here. There isn't much as a connection to here as there is near Sagittae itself. As she takes a sip of her tea.
Victor will take a sip as well.
Yeah, it's a pretty good, nice, calming chamomile tea.
I know what that tastes like.
So it's a good one for, I think that's a good one for relaxing.
Yeah, it is. It's also good. It's not quite herbal tea, but it's also very good to sore throats and whatnot. All right. So let's see. A few months ago, how is Angus? How is the relationship with in the Feywild? Like hostile or well? Last time it very much less so. So
Well, it was pretty hostile when the whole situation in Sirius was attacked, but they've been able to broker a temporary truce while they solve whatever the issue that caused the outbreak in the first place.
otherwise,
I mean, there's always some creatures that from the Feywild that sneak out and cause issues, or stuff from our side that gets in there and causes issues, but they're, more mindless creatures, not ill will, just things trying to survive.
okay.
But if that's the case, there'd be remnants of the people, bodies being found, stuff left of their belongings. some clue to find. This is people just straight up disappearing. From what I
Not even
remember,
maybe anything. Go on.
the Lady Arboria's would have taken as we've brought her up on this before, and she said she has nothing to do with these disappearances.
So either it's a rogue element or something entirely different.
I don't know.
Instead, they just gone complete disappear, like they were, like you've checked their homes. I take it you've checked their recent whereabouts, and there's just no trace of them whatsoever.
Well, most of them have actually been travelers. Only once in a great while do people seem to actually disappear from town.
So in the worst case, we might have let's say a serial killer, but a serial kidnapper on the loose. That's far too. Larry, do you have any? Do you think you've got any insight based on any questions you might have?
I mean, there's no evidence of anything that happened to them, is there? Besides they're just gone.
Yeah, sometimes it's the area south of the river, sometimes it's the area north. Sometimes it's people coming into town. Sometimes it's from the main road. Sometimes it's people disappearing from even out fishing on the lake. We have not been able to discern any kind of logical pattern to it, other than it just seems to every 100 years or so, it seems to reach its apex, and then just maybe once in a blue moon someone will disappear. I figured we were reaching at the apex of the disappearances right now. Would be the best time to have someone come in and try to solve the issue. I figured people from outside of town were, I hate to say it, your prime target for the disappearance, so I'm kind of putting a target on your back.
Yeah, I picked up. We picked that up on the way in. You said this happens once every 100 years or so, correct? Do you have any?
Where the mass disappearances happen, more than one at a time.
You might have any history books, any documentation concerning this that we could look through.
He kind of gets up and goes over to a bookshelf in the parlor here. Kind of struggles to pull out kind of an older looking book. This one has kind of the records of the disappearances my ancestors have been keeping up. It's the best I can do for you. Although I wouldn't do much more than what I told you tonight, unless maybe you can figure something I couldn't.
Okay, well, we'll take a look through and see what we can piece together. Granted, we're gonna need some time. Any place we can stay in town?
Oh, you're
No,
welcome to stay here. I have a couple extra rooms.
Vader doesn't see a problem with that. He can't think of one.
Can't hurt.
Yes, very well. There's I'll show you to the couple of extra rooms I have if you want to follow me.
Sure.
It kind of leads you down a hallway. This is kind of looks to be a more. Looking at this area, this part of the house seems to be added on more recently. It's got less faded wood and all that. More newer furniture in it. So leads you to a room that's got like 3 open beds in it. Yes, this was a guest room my husband had it not too long ago for visiting dignitaries from Sagittae itself. I hope you find the beds comfortable.
And later we'll just kind of go place a hand on the bed, just kind of press down and see how comfy it is.
Yeah, they're pretty nice beds, so they're probably high-end ones like you'd find either like a noble's house or high-end inns. Kind of like what you grew up sleeping on, technically.
All right. Looking around, so there's like a table and a place to kind of store things, like a chest.
Yeah, there's a chest in there, a couple like little end tables that got lamps on them.
This should do.
Good, good. Well, it's getting late for me, so I should head to bed. You'll. It's probably best to start your search in the morning, so you can better. Most of the disappearances actually do happen during the day, if I recall, but I'm not sure. So many, it's just hard to categorize them all.
It's all right. You've been a great help. This is a good start.
Very
Have a good
well.
night.
If you need to snack or anything, my kitchen is kind of points down the hall. Feel free to help yourself. He kind of waddles off.
So Vader will take the book. Will have the book in hand, lay it down, and just start perusing through. Try to see, like, based upon looking for any kind of pattern to disappearances.
Okay, give me an investigation check.
And Victor will just kind of be laying down, like, so this since we're travelers come recently to town, we have a pretty big target on our backs. So otherwise, keep digging until you find something, until something happens. 21.
Okay, so looking through the you're kind of focusing more on the big uptakes every 100 years. That it seems to basically rise to like 1 or 2 a day, or like 1 every couple days to 1 a day to the. Seems like on one day there's like 3 or 4 in one day, and then just drops off. Almost gone for like nothing happens for like a couple years. From what you can tell, there's been the last disappearance was her grandson that you mentioned was a couple days ago. So within the next day or 2, you'd imagine that big disappearance of people is going to happen.
And is there any particular for the apex of all this does it fall on any kind of like holiday, festival day, any kind of day of significance?
Not from what you can see. It's not every. Sometimes it's like it happens every like 98 years. Sometimes it's over 100. They just said about every 100 years just to generalize it. And sometimes it's in like the spring. Sometimes it's in the fall. Sometimes it's in the winter. Just whatever. It just starts to kick up again. It just seems to follow this same curve.
Not much to go on, other than just random people. So we're just gonna close the book. Says, well, where do you guys think we should start? I mean, the obvious thing comes to mind is the lady Lady Almu's son, because that's the closest. So that's the only thing that's pretty much out of the blue is it's a local. Outside of that, I'm not sure where else to begin. They're just basically saying he's all ears if anyone's got any ideas.
I mean, the only thing would be is to see what kind of eavesdrop on any conversations lately,
Or
any
just,
discussions on
or just ask
what people
questions
have
about.
seen.
Yep. Or just ask questions about the people we've that's gone missing.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of see if we can force them to happen.
Lyric looks at her two friends. Or we could just make ourselves the target.
I mean, we're already the target. It's just kind of encouraging something to happen sooner.
Well, yeah,
Like,
basically.
I'm more or less prepared. We're gonna run into it. Just we want it to be us because we can deal with whatever comes up. Anyway, I can't think too well. Well, it's getting late, so I'm assuming this is like late. We got there late in the day,
Mm-hmm.
so Vader's just gonna
Like I
kind
said,
of
you were getting there as the sun was setting.
Yeah, so we're just gonna start prep for a night's sleep. In any case, we'll start in the morning. Go around, and see what hive's nest we can kick over. Otherwise, I'm a no. Given what's happening, we should be finding something soon, or should at the very least be wrapped up into something shortly. I don't see a reason not to get a good night's sleep.
Okay, anybody want to do anything before you go to bed then?
Would it be smart to have someone just on lookout, just in case? Maybe just be outside?
You want to set up kind of a...
I mean, how close are we to, like...
You are in the center of town.
Okay.
Victor will have his familiar on watch. If anything, he'll alert us when Laura will alert us when in case anything
Just in
transpires.
case. Just in case. So...
Otherwise, like you want to set up rotations, be my guest. We want to take first watch.
Can't hurt.
Like Vader's like tapping still, like not it. He's trying to get last watch if he can help it.
I'm gonna take first watch with the pup just in case.
So you can do... What watch do you want Gnarl to take, Victor?
Vader will take his, and I'll probably take last watch.
Okay. You'll take kind of the middle one, Lyric.
Like he trusts his dog's sense a lot more than he does, so for good reason.
Okay. Mountain Blood, give me a perception check. For your watch.
Yep. 11.
You hear a few kind of like animals out in the... Like owls kind of flying through the kind of the tree, the house you're in, but other than that, you hear nothing over the course of your shift.
Okay.
Lyric, give me a perception check for your guard.
10.
Yeah, pretty much nothing happens during yours. Victor, I'm going to ask you this. Do you want to commune with your sword during this rest?
That's a good question. Let's say yes.
So you wake up in your kind of that semi-incomplete realm of chaos that you were in before, and you see your what did you name him again? I'm drawing a blank.
Mayhem.
Mayhem.
May
Of
for
his
short.
incomplete form, kind of sitting there. Ah, hi. How are you doing today? You need something from me?
Oh no, just want to check in.
Huh,
See,
good. Need to
so
change what kind of damage I do, or just wanted to talk?
Just want to talk. I'm assuming you're hearing everything that's going on.
Yes,
Correct.
yes, I am.
Did you sense anything? Anything weird when we got into town?
Am I
Anything out of
supposed
the
to
blue?
be?
I don't know. Maybe. That's all I'm asking.
Let me see. No, I didn't sense anything weird. Kind of creepy that people are disappearing, though.
Yeah. I mean, the problem is no one really has any strong ideas of why it's happening. It just keeps happening.
Well, I guess it's up to us to stop it.
They were just kind of like Padme on the head, like absolutely. So you might be getting fed real soon.
Ooh, good. Hopefully it's some new kind of ability so I can do something different.
Yes. Yeah, who knows? It might, let's say, as soon as some of flesh and blood or something weirder.
I mean, I can do the acid and the cold stuff. I'd like to do something else if I could.
Yeah. Let's say I thought yes, I said cold last time, correct?
I thought you said acid, because that's what it looks like I have written on your set up on your sword right now.
Let's go with cold this time round.
Okay. Get that changed then. Anything else you want to talk to Mayhem about?
Not really. Just kind of want to get Mayhem's sense of things. See if we can maybe get an edge. If Mayhem doesn't know anything, then yeah, I imagine it's just gonna be a little bit of chit chat here and there. But nothing particularly important.
I'm just checking to make sure I have that in there right.
Also, you want me to have Gnarl do his perception check?
Okay, just making sure it was set up as cold now.
Yeah.
Yeah, have him do his perception check.
Seven.
He doesn't notice anything different or bad happen over the night.
Yep. Well, it's 8 if he hears anything, but yeah, it's bad roll either way.
Yep. And you gonna do your roll for when you're awake during yours?
Yep. All right, let's switch over to Victor when he gets up.
Okay, roll for it.
That's even worse. 6.
Yeah, just uneventful night. Just hear a few like nighttime animals kind of trying to catch their prey over the night, some owls, stuff like that. So, uneventful night. Everyone gets a full rest. Wake up the next day. Kind of hear a tapping on your door. Are you guys awake yet?
Victor will look around and make sure his companions are still with him. And no one disappeared in the middle of the night.
Everyone's still there.
Yeah, we're still here.
Oh, good, good. My daughter made some breakfast. You're welcome to come have some.
Victor just shrugged like, well, you heard the woman. you heard the man. Let's go get some grub.
So you'll go into the kitchen.
Yep.
Yeah, you see kind of another elf lady in there. Looks very similar to names. Volna. Kind of sitting around, kind of frying some eggs, and got some bread kind of on the table. So you're the people that are here to help look for my son, then, are you?
That's the goal.
Yeah, he's such an impulsive little kid. Love him, but he wants to get his human side tends to eke out into its little. What's Sorry, I'm dealing with this as best I can, but yeah, his hot-headedness gets to from his father, kind of ekes out in him sometimes.
Let's see. How old was the lad?
He's about 17.
We just kind of make some mental note of that. And
She kind of points
Any-
to a picture on a painting on the wall. Painted a couple years ago, but that's him. You see a kind of a brown-haired kid, but he does have his mother's kind of more greenish eyes. As the daughter, her name is Aurora. Looks more like her mother, kind of that long blonde hair, elf eyes, the elf ears, green eyes.
yeah.
Well, I hope you're able to find him before anything real bad happens to him.
That's the goal.
He was
we
last
know how many-
seen heading north of town. I suggest maybe that's where you start to look.
We can definitely start there.
Yep. Any particular reason why he was heading north of town?
He was trying to figure out these disappearances. He didn't want anyone else to go missing, and something about it being a dishonor on our family. He seems to think
Dishonor.
that since we're not doing anything about it, it's blemish on our family's history. Frankly, it's been happening for 800 years. I don't know what else could causing it that's would be hurt of. You know what I mean.
All right.
You can tell she's worked up more than the grandmother is about it, the missing kid. As Volna kind of pops up. Oh, he's a headstrong kid. He'll be fine.
Let's see.
You're right, Mother, but I still worry.
So we have a half kid. That's not town. Of the other people that's gone missing, any descriptions for them? Are they all just laid out in Victor Hall? Are they just laid out in here so far? The most recent ones.
Most recent one, well, there was some human from Sagittae traveling down to get some fish for there. That happens every now and then. We had a dwarf go missing that was coming from, I think he was from Polaris. I don't know what he was doing down here. He just showed up in town, then disappeared. Then there was some, what was he, a kind of bird person? You don't see many of those people around here. Not sure if he was just left or part of the disappearance. But Had no rhyme or reason to it. No one from town has gone missing besides Zaw.
Oh, it's not. Now would you spell the last name?
Whose last name?
Zaw.
Autumn Leaf. That's the missing kid.
Yeah, I'm saying how you spell it.
D.A.
Ah. Okay. Hmm. Unfortunately, it's not a lot to go on, but we'll do our best. So, Victor will finish eating breakfast and kind of make notes to his compatriots to should probably stick together for this. No splitting up. Considering we want to catch whatever's happening in the act. Or the very least have him try and go after all of us at once. The design lyric when he says that. Like,
She just kind of just shrugs. Eh.
yes, alright, so now we're all in agreement. Let's as I finish breakfast, Victor will head out to where Zaw went missing first.
Yes, it's just there is a pretty big oak tree he liked to climb around in since he's been a kid. I suggest looking there first.
Unless anybody else wants anything else they want to do, that's where Victor's gonna be heading to.
Follow suit.
And we're heading to the north of town to see the oak tree that apparently where Zaw went missing.
Yeah, about half an hour's travel or so. Give me a perception check.
Is that for everybody or just Victor?
Everybody.
It doesn't matter. I got a natural 20.
15.
Oh,
Yep, everyone sees that really big looking oak tree. Like, this one's probably been around for like a couple hundred years. It's got a big, thick trunk. Looks like it might have been multiple trees that like grew together. They kind of got multiple trunks branching off from it. Lyric, you notice something kind of between a couple of the higher up trunks. At one point there was probably like a hammock or something, or ropes tied between the two of them.
How high up again?
About 20 feet up or so.
Jeez. Someone's brave. She's gonna point out the hammock and be
Well, it's
like,
not up there anymore, but there's like remnants of, like, you can see parts of the bark where it's like scraped off like rope would have been.
So kind of nudge Victor. It looks like something was tied there. Judging by the distance, it looks like it was probably a hammock of some sort.
that's pretty high up for a hammock. You think maybe our missing case is a little perch to relax and look over the rest of town? At least that's what I'd imagine.
They're just trying to think for a second. I'm gonna roll for her thinking. Nah, she doesn't really piece anything together. She's just like, disappearances in the day. Very clearly doing this where people can see it and nobody's responding. Or at least giving us good information. It's weird. It's very weird.
I understand why travelers would be targeted, considering there's no ties to the town. I think and it sounds like just the lad himself wouldn't because he poked a little too far. But yeah, there's not really a lot to go on. You wouldn't happen to have detect magic. Some kind of it's a shot in the dark, but we're just wondering maybe if maybe magic is at play.
She looks at him. I'm almost certain magic's at play, but all I can do for the moment is just remove it if it's something that is mildly strong.
Mm. I'm more built for.
So what are you guys gonna do then?
Again, sad to say, investigation is not exactly Victor's strong suit, so he's kind of letting Larry or Bound Blood, whoever, anyone who's got a decent idea.
You want to investigate something?
Sure. Give it a whirl.
Yes. Victor will investigate the tree in the spot where Larry noticed what used to be pitchings for a hammock.
Okay. Roll for investigation.
That's a 5 with a natural 1.
Wasn't sure if I was going to.
Yep,
if I was
that's
investigating
definitely
or
a
not, but
tree. This is definitely a tree of some kind.
made of wood. So
Ooh,
weird.
and there's a bird. That bird has something to do with it? Mountain Blood, you notice the remnants of like some kind of bread crumbles are kind of like in between where the two branches were kind of tied together. Notice that some of that breadcrumb seems to trail off more kind of northwest of here.
Communicate that out. Yeah, I just passed the word along from what I noticed to everybody else.
There's
check it
gonna
out.
turn to Victor and Mountain Blood, and the older lady brought up that they got one of the heroes from a few months ago. Do you know him?
Yeah, Simon is probably Eric. He was still he's actually higher up in the army with the capital. Trying to remember, and I'm trying to remember what brigade he specifically was in.
Let me double check that.
Because yeah, 'cause I do remember him. He was he
Sagittarius.
Vader would just explain that they worked temporarily together during the whole incident that happened a while back.
So you got that trail kind of leading northwest of here. What do you wish to do?
I'd say we attempt to go in that direction.
How close are we to Sagate?
Still another half day's travel.
This kind of looks at Victor. I think it would be smart if we brought in and collaborated with them. Don't you think?
I don't see why not. I can send a letter around, see if especially considering that the Feywild is so close to here. Well, at least it'd be helpful to know if they ran across anything.
Lyric looks like she's got cogs going in her head at the moment, and she looks at Victor. I think I might have a plan.
So Victor will look around and make sure nobody's particularly paying any attention other than the three of us. I don't know how far out of town we are right now.
What if, Victor, you and Mountain Blood went to go get Eric and his brigade, or whomever's there, and meet up with him? I can stay here with the pupper, And if if I happen to be taken, the pupper can just follow me. And then you and the heroes of the kingdom can come and rescue me. Like I'm a princess in distress. She's like all glitter smiles at that.
There's just like face. He's almost face palming, like.
The
Yeah,
batting of the eyes.
It's like it's still. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't. I've got nothing particularly mass words. That's good enough. It's silly, but at the same time, it's honestly the best plan I've heard all day.
Yep. That way, if
Oh, what the hell?
we get away from Lyric, she'll look like she's all by herself, being more susceptible for capture.
Oh my god.
And I mean, I'm pretty good at handling myself. They won't do anything to me. I don't think so.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Is anything Victor wants to pass over in his inventory? Nope. I was hoping he had like a scroll ascending, or at least that the setting stone still, but I think he has one side of him, and not the other. Otherwise, yeah, this is probably the best we're gonna. That's it. Best play I've heard all day. Nah, what the hell? Let's do it.
As you're saying that, you hear everyone hears, "Leave this place immediately!" kind of booming through the area. It is not safe. Leave now.
I think that's a sign for us to leave.
Gee, you think, Madam Blood?
Just a thought.
Are we still around town, or are we in the forest proper?
You're in the forest proper. You're like half an hour walk out of town.
Yeah, that's what I was asking earlier. Victor will call back and the thaumaturgy say, "Why?" Also,
crap. It is dangerous. People are disappearing. You do not want to be one of them.
Does my perception of 18 point in a direction of where this voice is coming from?
It's coming from in the trees above you.
Lyric is going to say something in a language that she knows. And she's going to say, "Come out of the trees, please," as she says this in Sylvan.
Hey, let me check if this character speaks that. I think they do, if I remember correct.
And that's a 22 on persuasion to try and goat them down.
Jesus.
That was with the 12 on the die, by the way.
No! As he responds back in Sylvan.
Alright, there's an easy solution to this.
Got it down?
I'm going to cast Fairy Fire in the exact area where I believe this voice is coming from.
Okay. And what's the save on that?
It says
Dexterity,
15.
right?
Yep, dexterity.
Yep, he's gonna make that save, unfortunately.
How high up do you is this? Can I figure out that this voice is coming from?
From what you can tell, it's being because he's clearly doing something to boost it. It's kind of hard to tell. But there is a couple of taller trees than that oak tree, but there's not many taller than it.
Do I think it's coming from the oak tree?
Probably.
How tall is this oak tree?
About 80 feet tall.
Okay, that's more than good enough for me. I'm going to cast Zone of Truth about 2/3 of the way up that tree, so that way it gets kind of in the heart of the tree, So everything within 15 feet of that centered spot. So it's a 30-foot circumference,
Okay.
and I will ask a question. Who are you?
It still has to make a save for that, right?
Yes.
A charisma save.
Save of 15.
Okay, let me see. So it did fail it.
So it cannot lie. It doesn't have to tell me the truth, but I gave a specific question of who they are, which gives very little wiggle room for them to not tell me.
My name
Basically-
is Zaw Autumnleaf.
She just kind of smiles. Well, I think we found the grandson, and she'll look at Mountain Blood. Go, sick him up the tree.
Oh crap.
I begin to ascend upward.
As you start ascending, it's like, whatever. You see, start climbing down from a tree. You could barely tell where this guy was. He had blended in so perfectly with it. I don't want to have you hurt getting climbed up. Let me come down. Let me come down.
He suggested chopping it down. That would have been more fun.
It's just smiling to himself like,
I suppose
Ah,
Grandma
honest.
or Mom sent you here to come find me.
Well, yeah, we
matters,
found
Pete.
you. That doesn't mean we're taking you back. We're just here to find out why people are disappearing.
That's what I'm trying to do too, honestly.
And she'll look
Grandma
at
doesn't
him.
seem to want to do it. Is the village chief not doing anything about it? The last
She'll-
time the disappearance happened, she was alive. She's not doing anything about it this time, it seems.
Lyric's is going to look at him. How close is your family and or town to the Fae out here?
As far as I know, not really.
Why do you know? How do you know to speak Sylvan then?
I learned it for fun.
Okay.
Because I know the Fae are around here. You never know when you might need it.
Do you suspect the Fae may be up to the kidnappings, or is it something else?
Honestly, I think it's something else.
Okay. Did you speak to the military representative that came into town, the Tabaxi?
He's never come to this town.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't remember any military person coming here.
Okay, we were told by your grandmother that there were some from Sagate that were tasked with finding out what was going on in the forests. So
They were dealing more with the Fae stuff than the stuff around here.
hmm.
So, you guys were here to stop the disappearances and find me, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yes, part of it.
Well, I want to get to the bottom of this too. This is kind of one of the more common areas they disappear from. You want to help me do this then?
I mean,
Oh,
we have
you
no
might as
other
well.
better way to deal with this. I mean, my plan
think
was
our
to leave me
leads.
here and see if I get kidnapped to see where we go.
I don't think that's a good idea. I don't know why, but I don't think that's a good idea. He kind of puts his hand against the a tree to think a little bit. The tree starts to glow. and the ground you're on starts to rumble.
God.
What's going on? Everything goes dark around you.
We're gonna die.
Well, fantastic.
Oh. Crap. Oh, no, it's there. I'm blind. As you kind of wake up in some underground built stone building. Oh, what just happened? What just happened? Mm.
Uh, well, okay. That explains why people. What's been. That explains why people have been going just randomly disappearing.
I think
Swallowed up
that
by the ground.
explains it too.
Joy.
Joy indeed. Mm.
All right.
And roll.
Anybody heard?
Just
No,
a
I'm
really
good.
bad headache.
No, just dizzy. So, well, I have no idea where we are, but we'll get this figured out. Next time on this continuing adventures of these merry band of misfits.